The sun is shining, the weather is sweet, it makes me want to move my feet. But the sun is shining so much that if I lean too far back, so I managed to get the ladies in, and good morning. Yeah, a bit of yellow, a lovely tree trunk filled with elephants, as we love elephants. And by the way, on the elephants there, they are not ivory, they are crocodile wood. So, and look at these beautiful flowers. I water them every morning and talk to them since they was this size, and because I put lovely energy into, look how big they've grown. How are you all doing, guys? It's a lovely day. Beautiful to see you all. Thank you so much for your endless messages of how you felt better after 1 hour of pure energy healing. I'm really glad you're feeling better. Thank you to everybody who shared the beautiful pictures of your pets, your soul friends, our little beautiful four-legged, gorgeous healers, that they sat with you and enjoyed the healing session. And I've loved all your messages. Seriously, wholeheartedly loved all your messages. Thank you so much. Today we're going to talk about a crystal that is not a crystal, but I call the crystal of crystals. It's something that I think from the first moment of touching it changed my life and many people's lives. Some people never get anything from it, and then some people get everything from it. And I think I was just one of those lucky ones that experienced the power of Moldavite. In the moment that my moment of change, that moment where the fear, the worry, the pain, the suffering had dispelled because of my path, and as I was walking that path of healing, to be able to touch this at the right moment, to be able to feel the elevation, feel the spirit lifting, and I actually felt like I was lifting. I would have sworn blind that why can't anybody else not see me? I'm lifting. It was the most profound feeling of my life, of one crystal that I held. No other crystal has made me feel like that since, and I'm not saying it won't, and one day I might find a crystal that makes me feel that way, but till this day I've held literally hundreds of thousands of crystals. Nothing compares to Moldavite. Nothing in my humble opinion. So what is Moldavite? I started to pursue the real understanding of Moldavite, not from other people's perceptions, but from my own. I wanted to really understand it, where it came from, how did it come here. So I went on that journey, and I went to Germany, and then I went to the Czech Republic, and I wanted to understand it. I wanted to feel it. I wanted to be with Moldavite. I wanted to really touch Moldavite, not fake, but real Moldavite. And that journey has led me to this moment, and we're on the final pages of a book which is constantly evolving. And the reason why is because when 2020 came, things started changing with Moldavite. It started to elevate its energy to a degree that I said we can't really bring this book out yet because so much is happening with Moldavite. I was receiving messages from clients, and they were saying, Mark, I can't explain what's going on, but now I'm wearing Moldavite, this is happening. I'm saying, yeah, there is a massive shift with Moldavite to a new level of understanding. So we had to sit back down, myself and Leila Satie, and start rewriting many things, because there's no point writing about something that Moldavite did in the past. We need to write about what it's doing now and in the future. And of course, that was really important. Nothing wrong with sharing past, but you know what? Isn't it important to share the future of Moldavite and what it does and helps us with? So even till 3:30 last night, we were working on the power of Moldavite. Incredible. I'm going to share a short story with you, and I've got literally, I could write maybe 30 or 40 books with Moldavite. No problem, because of the amount of clients that have healed through Moldavite. That's why when people say to me, oh, it doesn't work, I'm saying, well, you know, it does. It's just that a lot of the times we expect, we want, or we're in a place where we just can't feel, and that's okay. It's not bad. It's not that you're doing anything wrong and you're silly or you're not powerful. It just means that whatever's happening on certain levels, it can actually take a lot of time. It can take time because, you know, if you're healing past, which you might be 30, 40, 50, you want to heal in a second. You want to be healed in a moment. Healed means that you want to clear all of that so you can then be balanced and connected to this flow. And so now Moldavite, you can feel like you've never felt before. I mean, it doesn't work like that. If it did, then life would be boring because you'd be looking for your next hit. Okay, I felt it, great, give me my next hit. You know, climbing a mountain is only part of the journey. When you get to the top, you look down and you see what you've done and you appreciate that climb, that slipping, that falling, that knee grazing, that feeling of I want to turn back, that feeling of I'm exhausted, I need to drink water, I need to rest. When you get to the top, all of that disappears and you realize, oh my God, look what I've conquered. That's the same with Moldavite. Sometimes you have to work with it. I had clients and healers who sent message after message after message, and I just smile and say, just keep bearing with it. And then it always happens eventually, oh my God, this happened or that happened. I said, yeah, because it's your moment, it's your time. You've climbed your mountain, you've got to the top, but let the Moldavite do its work. Let it do its work. Anyway, Tony was a really strong man. He was about 5'1", 5'2" in height, built like an ox, huge. Always went to the gym, minimum of 4 to 5 times a week. Good looking guy, really handsome guy, did a lot of TV work, was on a few TV shows around the world. I want to be careful because I don't want to say too much. I don't want to, you know, this is personal from my clients, but let's say he did a lot of TV work. And he always came and always looked amazing. His attitude was extremely positive, and the one thing that a lot of people who came to me who were famous wanted, which wasn't to be famous for what they were doing on TV, but they wanted to create something that they could make a change in the world. And that's really common with famous people who are constantly on TV. What they do is not really what they want to do. They want to create their own TV show. They want to travel the world and show the world of how it is, and they've got these ideas of wanting to make a difference. So a lot of people on TV are kind of frustrated because they want to do other things that are more important than just a stupid TV reality show or whatever they're doing, okay? So we used to work together and we'd try and understand why we couldn't move forward. What was it? Was, okay, yeah, this guy was famous. Everybody knew him all over the world, but he wanted to move to another level, to be respected in a way that people felt it's not just, oh, it's him on that TV reality show. It was more, I want to be famous. I want to be known as somebody who made a difference. Okay, that's the reality of a lot of TV personalities. It's true, it really is. So we were working one day and all of a sudden I said, I think you're ready now. And he said, what for? I said, for Moldavite. And he said, what's Moldavite? And I said, it's just an ugly green looking gherkin, but sometimes it has a unique energy to shift something within us. So if you're willing, let me lie you down and let me just do the work. All I ask you to do is close your eyes and just whatever comes in, allow. Whatever leaves, allow. And whatever stays, allow. So whatever you do, doesn't matter. It's okay. Just lie there and let me do the work. And he laughed and he said, oh, okay, I'm not really here for a healing session. I said, I know you're here for a psychic and spiritual read, but let's just give it a go. Just give it a try. It's from my heart to yours, no charge. Just lie down, let's see what happens. So I always remember the shirt. It was white, and he had gold. He had a gold. I mean, it's like I'm looking at it now as I look down. He had this gold chain on, and tanned. Always looked amazing. Eyebrows perfect. Lied down, oily skin. And I began the work. I took some healing oil and I put it on the side of his temples, on his heart, and on his third eye. I took a little tiny piece of Moldavite and placed it on his third eye. That was it. It was no more than half a gram. And it was one of my favourite pieces because doesn't matter what size Moldavite is, it blows you away when it touches you at a certain point of your life. So I placed it on his third eye, held it in my fingers for about, I don't know, a minute, and then placed it there. So I energized it or placed good energy into it or whatever, activated it, whatever words you want to use. And then when I felt it was ready and I could feel the tingling, like, oh, wow, wow, then put it straight on, okay? I placed my hand over his head, and then I started the healing work. I called for this energy to come through and pour into his third eye. I was trying to open his third eye, not to become psychic, but to try and help him remember something that I knew was trapped inside him that he wouldn't talk about and he wouldn't release. I knew there was a burden within this man which was so powerful that even himself could not even bring it out within his thoughts. It was trapped energy of a memory of what happened to him. As I was doing the healing work, all of a sudden I turned and looked at a piece of Besesdnice. Now, it was the only piece I ever had. It was a hedgehog and it was only small. It was probably about this big and it was very flat and it was a hedgehog. And this hedgehog was one of my most powerful pieces I ever had because I believed it was. So I knew when I turned to that hedgehog, there was going to be some serious work done. The little piece was now opening him up. He was getting stronger. I could feel his breathing. He was feeling more confident. Even though he didn't realize, I could see the confidence. Now, the confidence is an energy that then prepares you for what you're about to experience in the healing session next. So confidence means at peace, feeling relaxed, feeling, okay, I can be open. So they're only words, but you can feel it. Okay, this guy's preparing now. The Moldavite prepared him for what was to happen next. I turned and picked up this beautiful Besesdnice hedgehog, and for some reason I was told to put it on his chest, on his heart. I undid one of his shirt buttons and another one, and to that I could feel something happening to him. I placed it on his heart and I put my hand on his heart and the other hand over his third eye. I was then bringing forward this energy through both hands, which poured through me, and I could feel the energy. It was so potent that my body started to shake. And this happens often as a healer. I started to shake, or sometimes you'll sway a lot. Okay, this is energy shift, different energies, different movements, and different it's like being in a different reality. It's really strange, and as you're shaking, you know, okay, this something profound's happening. As that happened, I got like a picture of a young boy who was being touched by somebody else, and the tears were coming down his eyes, and all I could see when my eyes shut was a little boy being touched here, and it was not my hands, it was somebody else's hands. It was a male's hands touching him. And as I'm continuing, I opened my eyes to see this man crying, floods of tears coming down, and then it began the real awakening. He broke down and started to scream, cry. So I knew now this is it. It's called release. Moldavite release is frigging crazy. So I'm like that, and it's like he's pouring all his heart out. He's crying, it's releasing. So when I'd finished the healing session, which was an hour and a half, he finished crying after about 40 minutes on and off. So he was re-encountering a moment of his life that he had suppressed, stopped. So it was bringing it out. It was bringing it out. The guilt, the feelings, all of what happened to him. Now, I knew what happened to him because I could feel it. I could feel what he was feeling. And the guilt and all of those feelings that had happened to him had been released. Okay, when we'd finished, I took the little tiny petite Moldavite and put it on the table, and took the beautiful Hedgehog Besesdnice and put it on the table. He got back up and he said, "What happened?" And I said, "You released." Let me get this right. I didn't say you released. I said you accepted what you chose not to. That's what I said. So I was trying to tell him, for the first time in his life, he accepted a feeling of his past that he suppressed. Now, this isn't sexual, even though it sounds sexual. It was about him understanding the situation of what happened to him at that time. And I don't want to go into detail, but I just want to tell you this. Sometimes in life, we can reject something, or it can be so profound that the physical mind cuts it out. So it erases a part of your lifeline completely. And we put it in somewhere in the back of a filing cabinet, unresolved issues. What happened was the healing session and the Moldavite opened all the filing cabinets and burnt all the unresolved issues. It burnt them because we opened them up, we read them, we now know what them issues are, and we can now throw them in the bin or burn them, and we no longer need them. The Moldavite on the heart helped him accept those moments of what he felt. So the heart became stronger. It wasn't in fear anymore. It accepted. And by that acceptance, he got up off his chair and changed his life completely. He came away from TV and started something brand new, and is now very, very successful in life in what he decided to do. He believed in his heart, after getting up off that seat, that what had happened to him as a child had molded him into who he is now. He rejected what was maybe seen in our perception as a negative, but actually some of our most negative, painful and darkest of moments mold us into what we can create for the good of mankind. I believe Moldavite has a unique energy that can bring forward situations that can seem or be deemed really challenging. But if you allow that Moldavite to continue and you keep it on, because most people take it off when they're going through that particular moment, even though they don't know what it is, they say, I can't cope with it, it's too much. That's because they're not really in connection with what's happening. So they're using their brain to try and understand, and that's where fear comes in. So I can't cope with this Moldavite, it's too much, it's scary, I don't know what's going to happen. That's a normal reaction because you're not allowing yourself to be open to what's happening. You're fighting with Moldavite. That's why I say to people, and there's a reason why I say it, forget about it, put it on, don't even think about it. Because when you're not thinking about it, when you're not looking at it thinking, oh my God, I'm feeling terrible and ill, then you're trying to make sense of it. And that's where everything comes into like a confusion. But if you say, just leave it, and whatever happens to you, just allow and let the flow to continue. Okay, wow, okay. I'm feeling this, and then let the energy of why you're feeling it. It's not the Moldavite that's making you feel like that. The Moldavite is helping you release or create something. So you have to understand Moldavite in the sense of, okay, Moldavite is helping trigger me. Okay, I'll explain it another way. Imagine you were a car and you go into a garage and you want to know what's wrong with you, and you're a car, but there's something wrong. There's a few things not right, but I don't know what it is. No lights are working. So you go into the garage gets a Moldavite computer and plugs it into you, and all of a sudden on the Moldavite computer it tells you what's wrong with you. Moldavite is exactly that. Moldavite helps you feel who you are, what you need to heal, what you need to strengthen. But the problem with Moldavite is that when we don't understand it, we blame Moldavite for causing us feeling bad, nausea, headaches, ill. But actually, Moldavite is clearing and cleansing. It is clearing and cleansing soon as you put it on, even sometimes when you don't even know it. If you don't feel anything, it is an energy that is doing something that is clearing away, not just this life, but thousands of other lives that you've been through. So your spirit is being healed with the physical. It's incredible. And why is it incredible? Because Moldavite arrived in this world 15 million years ago, and its energy is still in there from where it came from. And where it came from is absolutely the key to understand all of what I'm sharing with you. And when you receive the Power of Moldavite book, if you decide to buy it, you will have your answers in there of why this is so powerful. And now you understand why Moldavite is what it is. There are certain things I want to keep in the book because it's important that I want to share some surprises with you, and they will blow you away, absolutely blow you away. So today, on a final note, I wanted to do this little video on Moldavite because it's nice to share Moldavite with you and the thousands of experiences I've had with Moldavite and my clients. On a final note, that man ended up becoming I'm not going to say it. If I say it, you'll know who it is. But anyway, let me just say this. I have worked with over, I would say, 5,000 plus Moldavites. I have felt the power of each Moldavite, whether it is tiny, less than a gram, or whether it's the biggest piece of Moldavite, which you can only get from a museum. Moldavite, in my humble opinion, is the crystal of crystals, even though many of you don't believe it's a crystal. In my humble opinion, it's more than a crystal. It's more than a meteorite. It really is. And that's why I've worked with Moldavite, and that's why I would say I've got one of the biggest Moldavite collections in the world. And every single piece that I've touched and worked with, every one of those over this 16 years of working with Moldavite, and on my website there's Moldavites that have been on there for over 8-9 years. Each one of those pieces, when I take them out of the cabinet and touch them, have such a unique energy. Literally unique energy. They come from the one source, but each one of them is so fascinating to how it helps my clients in certain ways. Fascinating. So today, it's been like, I don't know, has it been about a year since I've ever promoted my own website, really? I say thank you for going to markbajerski.com, but have I ever promoted it? I don't think I have. I've been busy promoting everybody else and sharing people that I love, and I will promote people that I believe have integrity, that are good people, and yeah, I guess you'd do the same if you had a platform and you want to share somebody that you love and care for. And like I said, today is a good day for me to share my 16 years work on Bajerski.com. Every single tool on there, every single book, every single incense, every single oils. Today is the day that I share that with you via what I do best, a little raffle. When I say a little raffle, this is probably the biggest raffle I've ever done, in the sense of the most unique and most gorgeous Moldavite. This is something that people can only dream of, because it would take maybe a year or 2 or 3 years to save up for most of us. This piece of Moldavite that I'm about to show you is a museum piece, and it's a piece that when I saw, I was blown away. This piece was part of a big collection, a lifelong collection of one man. And I heard about it, and I travelled to the Czech Republic, and I ended up sat down and looking at all these incredible pieces of Moldavite. I was blown away. And because Bajerski.com, you trust and you use my products, I was able to buy 3 collections from different people. One was a meteorologist who owned a farm. One was a guy who's worked with Moldavite all his life. And the other person was what is called a frontline dealer. So he basically grew up with Moldavites. He dug Moldavites, and to this day, he knows all the diggers, and he's one of the biggest dealers of genuine Moldavite. There are many hundreds and hundreds of dealers out there, but they're not genuine. That's the problem. You have to be extremely careful. So this particular Moldavite that I'm going to show you now came from the collection, which was one farm man who had collected all his life and became a meteorologist. So I bought this whole collection. So here it is. Okay, I'll show you. So I'm gonna wait, because I don't even know what the weight is. It'll give you an idea then. Not that it's important, but okay, here you go. Okay, let's have a look. Look at this beauty. Oh my God, isn't that divine? Oh, look at that. So you can only really see it that way. You can't see it this way because the light isn't on it, but when the light shines through it, it's so divine. So why is this? And I'm going to wait for you now. Okay, that's nearly 9 grams. Oh my God, this is absolutely beautiful. So I'll just give you an idea. A 1 gram piece only a few months ago I was about to buy was about, this is trade, was about 450 for 1 gram. There was one piece that I fell in love with, which was 3 grams, and that was 3,500. It was so beautiful. I've never seen, it was like a star. It was so beautiful. This is nearly 9 grams. Now, what makes this Besesdnice hedgehog a museum piece? Well, I'll tell you. I need something a bit more powerful. Okay, so okay, so as you look, you check every hedgehog point. And you check to see if there's any chips on the hedgehog pointers. Any chip pieces. And if there's no chips, then you check once again. And now look to see if anywhere on the Moldavite has been repaired. Has it been repaired and cleverly repaired in a way that chipped pottery, you can take a piece of chipped pottery or cracked pottery to a fixer and they can make that pot look brand new and you couldn't even tell. But there's a secret. You can tell if you smell it, because you can't hide the smell of paint and the way they fix it. The same with this. You see, how they fix these, if there is a chip, is they'll get acid and they will use acid to kind of burn it into a nice shape again, just on the tip. And you can smell sometimes if there's acid on it. So when you start going into real detail about Moldavite and you start to find out about how these collectors want the piece of Moldavite, that's how it these are giving you ideas of how it works. This is a museum piece. It's perfect in all its shape. It is a rare piece that you would have to, if one of the diggers found this, it's like winning the lottery. So to get them so perfect like this is very rare. So I am now going to offer this in a raffle. So all you need to do is go to markbajerski.com to be in with a chance of winning this most unique. I can feel it working in my fingers now. Boom! This amazing and rare museum, Besesdnice Hedgehog. I'll just pop it there. In fact, I'll put it back. This is the only video I'm going to do about this. I'm not going to talk about it again. It's up to you. If you want to be in a chance to win this, go to markbajerski.com website and make any purchase, let's say over €5, because a lot of people haven't got a lot of money now. If you make a purchase of €5, then that €5 will go into a ticket. That ticket will go over there into a bowl, and in about a week and a half, I will choose the winner. So, yeah, let's say a week from today. What day is it today? Yeah, let's say a week from today. 7 days from today, I'm going to choose the winner. So, from this moment on, from yesterday, I think I did the video. I mentioned it in the video right at the very end. We're already putting the names in the bowl already. We've already got the names. So if you buy a crystal, say, and the crystal costs you, I don't know, 300 or 100 or 70, whatever it is, or 50. If we take that 50, we will then take your name and make 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 10, if you're buying some at 50, 10 tickets. So you can buy as much as you want. So whatever you buy off the website is each £5 is going to turn into a ticket. And then I'm going to do the raffle of this amazing, this is probably the biggest raffle I've ever done, the most expensive raffle I've ever done. But you know what? It's okay. I don't mind, because if I make somebody happy, I've done a great job. And yeah. You know, even when I'm holding it now, I can feel in between, above my stomach and below my heart, this section here. I'll just show you. Just this section here. My belly button's here. My chest is here. They call it the solar plexus. I can feel holding this crystal inside here. I can feel so many things. It's hard to speak to you. It's like I'm like listening to my stomach. That's why I'm stopping all the time, because I'm whoa. So I think what I'm going to do is sit with this now. I'm going to switch off and sit with this. And I'm just going to lay down and see where it takes me, because it's feeling pretty awesome. It really is. So that's it, guys. And also, as well, if you decide and you see something on Lemon House that you really like, from this moment on as well, we'll add Lemon House sales to the raffle as well. So you've got two choices. You can go to markbajerski.com and buy anything you want, or Lemon House and buy anything you want, because you might have seen some on Lemon House last time and thought, oh, I can't afford it. You might be able to afford it this time. Anything that you buy from Lemon House, I'll also add into the pot as well. So supporting Lemon House too, as well as myself. I can't just support myself, can I? But I like Lemon House. They're a great company and they're doing some magic. So, all right, that's it. Good luck. I hope you enjoyed the Moldavite video as well, what I've just made just now. I hope you enjoyed that conversation. I hope you could feel it. Moldavite is powerful. And even if you don't enter the raffle and you buy a piece of Moldavite, yeah, enjoy it and work with it. Support your local crystal store as well. Have a great day, guys, and thank you for going to markbajerski.com and buying your authentic Moldavites. I really appreciate it. There's enough on there to last a lifetime. Take care. See you soon.